Hi, my name is Noel Davis with Wormiculture, and here's an update to our coffee bin. Last time there were no worms in the bin. They were all scattered around the outside, and I realized the bin was very dry, so we added a lot of water. I think I dumped in actually an entire bottle full of water from this. So that was what? It looks like this is over 32 ounces of water that I put in the bin because it was so dry. And we're going to take a look and see how it is now. I've actually been checking up on it, but it's been a couple weeks now. So let's take a look and see how it looks. So here's our bin. And look at that. It's a little bit moist on the top, but there's not a whole lot of water. Look, little baby worm right there. But look at this. Almost no worms on the side compared to last time. Remember, they were all pushed up right along this lid. And this time there's a few on here and around the outside, but not many. It's not nearly as bad as it was the last time we opened it up, where it looked like the bin was just like really falling apart. And now the top, it's a little dry, but you dig down and it's moist, it's wet. There's actually quite a bit of moisture in here, but it's not overly moist. Not seeing a whole lot of worms. Well, there we go, there's a few worms in here. It's still not nearly as good as I thought it would be doing, but you know what, there's worms kind of all through it now, actually, a little, you know, compared to last time where they were all in one section. It's actually working pretty well. There are no bugs in here as far as I can tell. No fruit flies, no mites even, it looks like. So it's a pretty clean bin at that for just having worms. Now there is some, it looks like, I'm gonna rotate it around here. I don't know if you can see down here, but there's some mold. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. See that white speck up there? There's some sort of mold growing in here. And let's just dig it up a little bit here, see how it looks. And it's all through the bottom here. Well, actually, it's just a little section of it. But there's some, actually, it goes down further, so there's even more down here. Let's just try digging it up. Oh, it looks like there's still a dry section underneath this part. This is all dry. So that's what kind of happens when it starts drying out. And you get some mold spores in there or something. But there's worms around that area. So I'm going to zoom back out here. There's still worms over here, even though it's a little dry. I don't know, this is looking a lot better than it was before. There are worms throughout the bin. The bin is moist. Still not as many as like. I was really hoping that this bin would sort of really start to boost its population count compared to what it was before. Alright, let's just move this around again. Flip sides. Dig a little bit on this side. We'll see how this side looks. See, those are kind of dry over here, but it's not bad. You know, as I said, you don't want it to be soaking wet, but you want enough moisture in the bin, and there is enough. But yeah, there's definitely, the worms are in the bin, but they're not as nearly as concentrated as they are in some of the other bins that I have that has food in it. So here's a bunch of worms right in here that were still near the outside. Very dry at the bottom still. So this might need some more water. All right, here's a trove of worms right here. Break that apart a little bit. I don't know why they're all right here, but there's a whole bunch of them that were in that little pile. So, which isn't bad. But they do still seem to be congregating around the outsides. It looks like there's, dig this up right here, a whole bunch right here along the outsides. Yeah, so this is where a lot of the worms are along this outside section, which has more moisture. And you can see actually in this corner here, there's still a lot of worms. So they're still going to the outside where there's more moisture content, it appears. But it is doing better. At least they're in the bin and not just like on the sides desperately trying to get out. So it is looking a little better, but we might still need to continue adding water. And in fact, I think I'm going to dump whatever water I have in here. I think I've got a little bit. Oh, no, actually, this is empty. This is empty. I already used it all. But I probably should add some more water to the bin and continue working with it with adding water and coffee grounds, or add coffee grounds that are really soaking wet. See, like as you can tell, these right here, I mean, like from this coffee container, I mean, those are perfectly dry almost. So that's what I see a lot of in here, is that it's very dry still, but it's a lot better than what it was before. So that's our update for our coffee bin this week. Still needs some work, but it's getting better. At least the worms are staying in the bin and not evacuating out or dying off. So hopefully it'll start building up with more worms as it's in better condition, and hopefully this will start to look a little bit better as I keep adding more food and more water. So that's our update for this week. Thank you very much.